Pretty Smart has a wicked cast, a super bingeable format, and an awesome feel-good factor with it. What's not to love? Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be reviewing Pretty Smart, which is an American sitcom series that literally just premiered on Netflix and is actually pretty awesome. I mean, it focuses on a young cast living their lives in LA and it has a bit of a 90s soundstage audience setup with the audience laughing as they did in the Friends brilliant TV series, which is just so good. And this show is actually really surprisingly really good, and I cannot wait to break it down with you in this TV series review. So from a storyline point of view, it focuses on the lead character Chelsea, who is played by Emily Osment, who is a bit of a book-smart, careful introvert, and she goes to live with her sister, who is the carefree character called Claire, and Claire's roommate. And in turn, it focuses on some really interesting topics. For example, love triangles, controlling parents, sexuality, money, careers, self-belief, social media addiction, going for what you believe in, and just having a lot of fun along the way, which is really cool. Now, from a positives point of view, I'm really pleased to say, just like with all of the brilliant sitcoms out there, this series as well is really easy to watch, really easy to escape into, which is really great, and the episode lengths are pretty short. So it's super bingeable, which is absolutely awesome as well. And surprisingly, some of the storylines and some of the characters are really relatable as well, which is really cool. And there are so many laugh out loud moments. I was a little bit unsure as to whether this is going to have true slapstick humor or if it's not going to have much clever humor, but actually it's really great. And it's also really heartwarming as well, which is really cool. However, from a negatives point of view, if I was being really nitpicky, I would say that, it does take a couple of episodes to really get going, and they could have focused on slightly deeper storylines. But that being said, I'm sure they will do that in the future seasons, which hopefully this show will get. But as far as the first season is concerned, the storylines are actually really impressive. So like I said, from a cast and characters point of view, they've got such spot-on casting and brilliant characters in this sitcom, which is really great. I mean, each character is a little bit stereotypical, so you can really identify certain character traits with them, and in turn, I feel like some people can really relate to them as well. It is a little bit similar to Friends in terms of focusing on a younger cast that are all friends and just seeing what happens with them, except the main difference this time is that they're a lot more focused on diversity, which is really great. And also, there are only 5 friend members instead of 6. So let's go through them one by one. So first we have Emily Osment, who is definitely the main character and definitely the eyes and ears for the audience as she is a newcomer, and she is playing the character of Chelsea. She's actually surprisingly really funny as well, as are all of the other characters. However, this character is a little bit more focusing on being serious and in turn has a lot of dry humour, which is really great. And from a character arc point of view, she actually grows quite a lot and changes a lot as the season progresses, which is really great. I guess you can also compare her to the Monica Geller character, as she is a little bit neurotic, a little bit controlling, a little bit serious, and a really great lead character for this show. Next up we have Gregg Sulkin, who is from the Wizards of Waverly Place as well as Marvel's Runaways TV series, and this time he is playing the Grant character, very similar to Joey Tribbiani, who is obviously focusing a lot more on looks than books, and he is a personal trainer. And actually they do use this character to be the brunt of a lot of jokes, as he does bring a lot of comedy value to the series. But actually there are quite a few episodes where you do get to see that actually this character is really wise, and his advice is really great, and he definitely adds a lot to this ensemble. Next up we have Olivia Macklin, who is playing the Claire character, the sister to Chelsea, and I would say she is definitely channeling Rachel Geller vibes. She is a little bit of an airhead, but you can really see that she has a heart of gold, and she is really flirty, really carefree, and a really loyal sister and a really great friend as well. And she is also the ex to the Grant character, which really is creating a bit of a love triangle between Chelsea, Claire, and the Grant character. And I can't wait to see how this is then going to turn out in the next season, which is going to be really great. Next up we have Michael Rosen, who is playing the Jaden character. He is an influencer, and I love all of the social media influencer storylines that they bring with this character. Also, he is representing the LGBTQ community, And I feel like all of those storylines are communicated really well with this character as well. He is always loving being the center of attention, and I love how they have a bit of a Kardashians vibe as well, as his mother wants to be his manager, which is really, really interesting. And then finally, we have the Phoebe Buffay-inspired character, played by Cinthya Carmona, who's playing the Solana character. She is very, very spiritual and an ex-lawyer, so she is really, really no-nonsense and really easygoing and really straight-talking at the same time. And as an ensemble, all 5 of these characters are just so, so, so brilliant. So from a visuals point of view, Pretty Smart is actually really, really decent. It's got a typical sitcom setup, and actually all of the sets look really, really realistic. It's got 3 main ones, so the flat itself, the diner where we see the Claire character working, and the gym where we see the Chelsea and the Grant character working as well. There are some other sets as well, but those are the 3 main ones. And of course, we have the audience laughing across all of the episodes, which in turn makes it really, really enjoyable. And so from a visuals and cinematography point of view, Pretty Smart is also actually pretty decent. So in terms of comparisons, obviously the sitcom space is really, really competitive, but I do think Pretty Smart is actually sitting really, really well in the middle. So I don't think it's as good as the veteran sitcoms such as Friends, Saved by the Bell, and WandaVision, which I really do feel like are in another league of their own. However, that being said, I do think it's on the same level as the other Netflix sitcom, No Good Nick, which was really, really edgy, and I feel like both of these shows are really, really great. And I do also think that Pretty Smart is a lot stronger than Friends from College and Young and Hungry, and so like I said, I do feel like Pretty Smart sits safely in the middle. So overall, I have to say I was really, really impressed with Pretty Smart. I wasn't sure in the beginning what to expect from this TV series. However, by the end of it, I was really, really pleasantly surprised. I think it was really, really great, really, really funny, excellent casting. All of the characters are great. All of the storyline moments were really, really cool. And I love the fact that it ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, which really does make you want to see what on earth is going to happen next. But as far as the first season is concerned of Pretty Smart, I have to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of Pretty Smart? Please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.